Hello, my friendly YouTube viewers. It's Bren. I wanted to talk about closing doors and separating from what no longer resonates with you. I just had a very intense experience. I'm going to start logging my entire story on here because I just got this huge push today from the universe to share everything. Everything I'm doing, everything I'm going through, the music I'm making, my sound therapy, everything, everything. I need to talk about everything and I have to share it now. Okay, so we're going to go back to the subject about closing doors on things that no longer serve you. I have emptied out my life from past people, people that have caused trauma and whatnot. And I thought I got them all. The universe knows better, though, and you're not going to be able to hide from it. And I didn't even know this was an issue until it became an issue. I love my mother. We had a very loving relationship. She lives states over from me. And she came out a few times last year and helped me with the very traumatic experience that was going on in my life. And the times she was very, very supportive, loving. Like I said, she came out twice and she was well, what I would describe as her higher self. When my mom looks stable, that is how she is. She's supportive, loving, and strong. And I invited her out again this summer, and she was going to stay for 2 months. And I thought to myself, that seems like a long time, but we'll just do it and see what happens. And I've been working on myself, and I want to react the way I used to anything. I've been breaking patterns, and like I said, I thought I got them all. I did. I really did. The one that was hiding from me was my mother. Um, Within 48 hours, I found myself compromising myself to make her feel comfortable, shrinking who I was to make her feel comfortable. And I knew it wasn't right, but I still wasn't ready to admit it. I was still resisting it. There was something off. And the universe created perfect space for this to happen. I have a shop where I take clients. I do healing work and I do permanent makeup work. So I have like a ritual beauty wellness center that I'm working on here in Denver, Colorado. Um, my clients that I had on Friday switched to Saturday, which I happen to have open. What happened on Friday was nothing short of what I would call a blessing in disguise. I told my mother when she got here that I breathe, meditate, and do yoga in the morning, and that's my time and that's my space where I take care of myself. It's my self-love to connect with divine. And she had accepted it at first until the 2 nights after she was here. The next morning, she got mad at me because she was hungry. She didn't want to cook any of the healthy food that I had in my kitchen. There's a lot of food in there. She didn't want to cook. So I ended up compromising my morning routine to make her breakfast, to make her happy. And at the time, I was okay doing it, but I knew what I was supposed to be actually doing was taking care of myself first. I then started to do my morning routine, in which she was interrupting greatly. Again, Mom, if you see this, I love you, Rebecca. She wasn't interrupting on purpose. I think she just needed attention. But it was in a kindness way. It was irritating me, and I knew I wanted to do my morning routine. Well, she wanted to go to the store and get food. So I compromised my morning routine, and it wasn't as detailed and as thorough as I like it to be. I didn't really feel like I was able to do my breath work or connect to the divine. She was talking to me while I was doing it. I was talking back. So I do take responsibility for also ruining my own morning routine when I should have just got up that morning and set boundaries right away. So, when you don't, the universe steps in and makes something surgical happen if that person is not supposed to be in your life. And like I said, I felt myself compromising and shrinking myself to fit in, and I know that's not right now because I'm healing. I know what I need, and I've created boundaries with everybody else in my immediate life. And I haven't seen my mother in over a year. So I took her to the store to get groceries. And we did. I got groceries, she got groceries, and we were in the checkout line. And an incident started with her and the cashier about bagging the groceries. And so I was actually posting something online about acquiring for shop help for my shop. I wasn't paying attention to what was going on there. And as soon as I realized there was a little commotion, I just stepped up front and I said, Mom, don't worry about it. I got the groceries. I forgot my reusable bags. And that made her really mad. And I tell her, I'm sorry, I'll take care of this. Don't worry, you don't have to do any of this. I got it. She's disabled. She's missing half of her left arm. She had to make it known to the cashier that she was disabled. And so during this time, the cashier saw what was going on, and my mother yelled at me about the bags, and the cashier actually apologized a few times, and I looked at the cashier and I said, it's okay, don't worry. And I think that actually escalated my mother's anger even more, that I told the cashier not to worry. But I was just trying to diffuse the situation. So we walked out of Walmart, and she asked me what my problem was and why I caused a commotion in Walmart. And I very calmly was trying to talk to her, and I didn't agree that I caused a commotion. The commotion was already started before I realized what was going on, and I tried to diffuse the commotion. And she said, I need to go now. I'm going to get a train back home. And I thought, well, let me try to fix this. Mom, do you want to calm down and, just think about this before you just leave? No, she didn't want to. And I thought, okay, that's fine. I'm just going to keep talking to her calmly. She's yelling. She's escalating this whole thing. We get into the car, and I decide to myself, maybe the best way to solve this is with a hug. And so I'm sitting in the driver's seat. She's in the passenger seat. I go in. I pull her right shoulder towards me, and I'm sitting here. And she takes this time, and she uses her knees, because they're here, because we're sitting very, in the car. One knee to my chin, one to my jaw, and then her elbow into my temple. So after that happened, I decided, no, okay, yeah, you need to leave. I am not going to be abused and beat in the head by my mother. And we came home, and during this time, I was oddly calm. I wasn't upset. My mind was racing, don't get me wrong. There was a level of intensity that made me shaky. But I knew if I could just stand my ground and stay my truth, that I would get through this. And when we were walking into my home, I asked her calmly, please, to not ruin or destroy any of my things, because she has done that before. And what does she do? The first thing she does is go violently grab stuff out of the laundry. And I'm watching her do it, and she takes this and rips my robe, and I'm like, Rebecca, I'm not even calling her mom anymore. What are you doing? And she told me that it's my fault because I overfilled my washer. I go, okay, well, I need you to get your luggage as fast as you can to get out of my house, because I can't deal with this anymore. My higher self just started saying to me over and over again, Bren, you cannot compromise with this right now. She just showed you who she was, and you cannot sustain this energy in your life right now. And I took her suitcase and her belongings and I threw them out my front door. At that point, I had tried several times to diffuse this entire situation with love, and that was not working. At this point, I thought I'd feel worse about having her leave. But when she left, I actually started to breathe deep and realized that was something I needed to do. She got cut out of my life rather quickly and violently, and I would consider it a tower moment. I love my mother. I still do. I'm not mad at her. I'm more concerned for her, and I hope she does find healing. Anyways, I just wanted to talk about an experience of closing doors, ending things with people that have maybe gone on too long. It was not a fun experience. But what I'm left with now is a sense of a little bit of pride, not an egoic pride, but a pride that I have been learning and changing thought patterns, because normally I would have just taken that and tried to calm her down at any cost possible, just to have her accept me and love me as her daughter. But this time I didn't, because I know my worth, and I have so much more self-love than I have before in my life, and I know I don't deserve that. Nobody deserves physical violence at the hands of anybody, especially your mother. I guess I'm still in shock that that happened, but I'm processing it, and I alchemized that pain into creativity yesterday, and today I'm getting up and I'm playing my crystal bowls, my tongue drum. She didn't like my tongue drum. How could I compromise that when it makes me so happy? Now that it's done, it seems so simple, but it took me 44 years to realize that I couldn't have that energy in my life right now, at least for the moment. I'm leaving it open because she's my mom. Maybe in a couple months, maybe in a year, maybe in a couple years. I know we'll talk again, but for right now, her energy needed to be removed from my energy field, and I had to call my energy back to myself and be myself, so I could do my morning routine, connect with the divine, because that makes me feel happy right now. So I just want to remind everybody who may be going through a rough experience, if it's rough and it does not resonate with you anymore, let go of it before it comes an intense situation which you are forced to let go of immediately because you get hurt. I'm not saying everybody's going to get hurt, but that's just what happened to me. Now, if anything just doesn't resonate, I'm going to let it go instead of it turning into a intense situation. And I'm just going to tell myself I know who I am, because I do. I'm the limitless creator of my life. And with everything I remove, the more space opens in myself to become more authentically me. No, it has not been easy to get here. It's been a lot of hard work to consciously change yourself, to want something more because you know there's something more. And then you get to a point where you're just doing it because you know that's right. And you love yourself. So even if it's your mom, you can't compromise yourself for anybody. You have to be yourself. healthy spirit, whole, because we're all spirit, we're all whole. And I love her for that authentically. I just can't have that energy in my space. Anyhow, I hope this comforts somebody or inspires somebody or gets somebody to move something out of their life that no longer serves them. Because I'm going to tell you it's okay, and you're going to feel better when it's gone, or they're gone, or the situation is gone, and you don't have to deal with that in your energy. And your job right now is to remove what no longer resonates and to find your happiness. That's all. Just to find what makes you happy. I love you guys. Thanks for listening.